Today I'm presenting my term assignment for CSCI 4145 Cloud Compute. The aim and the theme of this project is called ShiftWise. This is an app that's aimed to generate shift schedules for small businesses. And for this assignment, I've done a small part of the app using the AWS services. So I've used EC2 instance to host my front end, AWS Cognito for sign in and sign up, API gateway for backend APIs connected to Lambda to save info to database, confirm usage of Cognito, and send messages. RDS, that's just the database for the app, and SMS, that's just to send emails. So let's move to the first one. So the first one is basically the EC2 instance. I'm hosting my front end on it, and yeah, not much to look at it. It's just like the same as our previous assignment. Just copy paste the files of front end and then npm start, and then that is hosted at this address. Basically 54 is the elastic IP of the EC2 instance, and 3000 is just the npm start port, and that's accessible remotely. Then we move on to API gateway. This API gateway created for connecting to these methods are meant to save stuff in the database or do some kind of thing in the backend, so without actually creating a backend, so serverless. So create user is just going to be connected to Lambda. This is just the deployed API. If I go into here and show you this, so this goes into this, then this, and then it goes to Lambda called create user, and the same thing for messages either, and they've been deployed accordingly. And here is the URL for create user, here is the URL for send. Then we'll move on to Cognito. Now Cognito created a user pool called shift schedule user pool. This will contain all the sign-ins and sign-ups for the website. But currently there are no users, so it's just no user spawned. Other than that, I'll show you more about this when we actually do the demo for the website. Then this is a Lambda function I created called Cognito autoconfirm. So this basically what it does is Cognito, it would require you to confirm your email once you register, but I wanted to bypass that and make the application simpler. So I took readily available code from the AWS documentation and put it in this form, so that whenever a user is added, it automatically confirms the user and automatically verifies their email as well without actually going through the process. Then let's move on to let's move on to the database first. RDS and Aurora MySQL, size medium, just the usual stuff, and yeah, this is just the database for my website. Then create user. This method is called from the front end whenever after sign up, Cognito okays it, and then I save it in my database just for reference. So what it basically does, this is just for cores and stuff, but it gets the email and then it connects to RDS and then it just inserts it inside. I'll show you the insert when we do the demo. Then let's move on to our last service. That's going to be SMS. So simple notification service. I've created a subscription to it and I've subscribed myself to it, being the admin. So whenever a user from the front end sends a message, then it will automatically be redirected to my mail and I'll receive an email about it. So if I go into contact admin, this is just the Lambda function for that. I can show you the code for it actually. It's this is the code for it. Same thing for course first, then SNS, and then we're gonna publish the message and return the appropriate status codes. Nothing fancy, just simple email that gets sent when a user tries to reach the administrator from the front end. Next, the most awaited part. Let's move on to the actual demo for the website. So this is the landing page for the website called ShiftWise, and it takes you to the login first. But let's move on to the create new account for now. So what we'll do is create an account called h.dial.c, and we'll create a password called password@1. So this will basically create the account for us, and when I click on sign up, it says over here sign up is complete. I can freely sign in. But what I'd like to show you at this point is if I go into the Cognito user pool and refresh it, and you can see it's checked out and email verified and confirmed yes. And additionally, if I go into my database and select the users, then I can see these are just previous ones, but for h.dial.c. right? So it gets added to the database as well. Next we have just sign in. It saves the database and saves the email and the password in the form, and you can just click on sign in, and this would let you log in inside the ShiftWise app. It will take you to this page where it welcomes you, and then it gives you an option to contact an administrator. So basically what this does is whenever I send a message such as hi, how are you doing, and when I click on send, it will basically send the message to my email, and it'll give a pop-up message sent successfully for me. So if you go like 11:30 p.m. Hi, I can show you another one as well if you want. ABCDEFGHI and just anything, and then I send it, and then it gives me a pop-up that it's sent, and I go into my email, I just wait for it, and it should be here in a second or so. Here, okay, see. So it sends the email to me, and this is the basic functionality of the SNS and contact administrator. And then we basically log out, and it would log you out of the Cognito user pool, and then you'd have to log in again. Next, I'll just show you a little bit of my code. This is basically the components that I have. The home is for sign up and sign in. Here is where I go and check. I log in and I sign up. Login and sign up are provided by utils. That's the authentication user pool. This user pool is basically the client ID in the website, like the user pool ID that I created in AWS Cognito. And then these are just some functions that I made for utility. This logs in and gives checks the password in email, and then checks gives you a response whether the data was correct or not. This logs you out, and this checks whether you're currently logged in or not. And this is basically just the authentication context provider, so everybody has access to this authentication and stuff. So basically back to home, it's just gonna be, it checks whether we're logged in. If you're already logged in, it navigates to the dashboard, and if not, it will check whether you want to log in. If you log in and it is successful, then it will redirect you to the dashboard, or it will give you an error. And for sign up, it's just userpool.signup. This is a method created by AWS Cognito, so we don't really have to know too much about it. It's just this guy, and then it's going to be registered, and then we set some of the errors and the notifications, and then I call the create user. So this is basically going to go to the Lambda function, first API gateway, then to the Lambda function, then to RDS, and save my email in there. And this is just the front end stuff about it. So and this is just the header for it, where we can log out. The dashboard is also similar. It checks whether you're logged in or not. If you're logged in, then it lets you stay in here. If you're not, then it takes you back to the homepage. And basically this is the front end for the form, the contact form, and when they click on submit, you'll basically get the message and the user email, and then it will contact this API, send message, that'll go to API gateway from AWS, that'll go to the Lambda function, that'll go to SNS, and that'll send the email. And then this just alerts and resets the form over there. So I think this pretty much covers all the stuff that I did for this term assignment. I was hoping to complete a major chunk of the the ShiftWise project itself, but this is a small part of that project that I intend to continue in future. But these are the 6 services that I used, and this is the architecture. Thank you for listening to me. Hope you understood what I did today, and hope you liked it. Thank you.